Victoria's Secret, a brand once synonymous with luxury lingerie and aspirational beauty, has been caught in a web of controversies over the years. Today, we're diving into the scandals that have left an indelible mark on the lingerie empire. This is James from Luxury Exposed, and I'm here to uncover the truth behind the glitz and glamour. Let's dive in, shall we? The most recent controversy surrounding Victoria's Secret is the announcement of the return of their annual fashion show in 2023. The show, which has been on hiatus since 2019, has faced significant backlash for perpetuating unrealistic beauty standards and failing to be inclusive of diverse body types and races. The return of the show has reignited these discussions, with critics arguing that the brand has not done enough to address these issues. Notably, Lizzo criticized the return of the Victoria's Secret fashion show, calling the brand's attempt at body positivity inclusivity for inclusivity's sake. This criticism highlights the skepticism that many consumers feel towards the brand's recent efforts to promote diversity and inclusivity. The annual fashion show has long been a source of controversy for Victoria's Secret. In 2018, then Chief Marketing Officer Ed Razek faced severe backlash for his comments about transgender and plus-size models, stating that they did not have a place in the show. These comments led to widespread outrage and calls for a more inclusive approach to casting models. Although Razek later apologized and stepped down from his position, the damage to the brand's reputation had already been done. Another significant scandal involving Victoria's Secret occurred in 2019, when it was revealed that the brand's CEO, Leslie Wexner, had a close relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This connection raised questions about the company's ethics and led to increased scrutiny of the brand's practices and treatment of its models. Wexner eventually stepped down as CEO, but the scandal left a lasting stain on Victoria's Secret's reputation. In 2017, the Victoria's Secret fashion show faced another controversy when the brand was accused of cultural appropriation for featuring Native American-inspired headdresses in its runway show. The brand was heavily criticized for its insensitivity towards indigenous cultures and the inappropriate use of their traditional attire. Although Victoria's Secret issued an apology and removed the offending outfits from the show, the incident demonstrated a lack of cultural awareness and understanding within the company. Another notable incident occurred in 2014 when Victoria's Secret was accused of promoting an unhealthy body image through its Perfect Body campaign. The campaign, which featured slim models and the tagline "The Perfect Body," sparked widespread criticism and accusations that the brand was promoting a singular, unattainable beauty standard. In response to the backlash, Victoria's Secret changed the campaign slogan to "A Body for Everybody" and later launched the Love My Body campaign, which aimed to promote body positivity. In 2012, Victoria's Secret faced yet another scandal when it was discovered that some of their cotton products were made using child labor. The company faced severe backlash for its involvement in unethical labor practices and was forced to reevaluate its supply chain to ensure that it was not contributing to the exploitation of workers. This scandal highlighted the importance of ethical and transparent practices within the fashion industry and further damaged Victoria's Secret's reputation. Over the years, Victoria's Secret has also faced multiple accusations of racial insensitivity. In 2010, the brand came under fire for featuring an Asian model wearing a lingerie set with a geisha-inspired design during its annual fashion show. Critics accused Victoria's Secret of perpetuating harmful stereotypes and exoticizing Asian culture. This incident, along with others, has contributed to the brand's reputation for being insensitive to different cultures and races. In an attempt to address the issue of body inclusivity, Victoria's Secret welcomed its first plus-size model, Ali Tate Cutler, in 2019 as part of a collaboration with Bluebella. While this move was a step in the right direction, many critics argued that it took far too long for the brand to showcase different body types and that a single collaboration was not enough to redeem the company's image. The brand's response to these controversies has been varied. While Victoria's Secret has issued apologies and made changes to its campaigns and fashion shows, many argue that the company has not done enough to address the systemic issues that have led to these scandals. The fashion industry as a whole has been grappling with the need for greater inclusivity, diversity, and ethical practices, and Victoria's Secret is no exception. In recent years, the company has made efforts to change its image and become more inclusive. The appointment of a new CEO, Martin Waters, and the introduction of the Victoria's Secret Collective, a group of diverse ambassadors, are steps towards a more modern and inclusive brand. However, The return of the annual fashion show and the lingering controversies have many questioning whether Victoria's Secret has genuinely learned from its past mistakes. As consumers, we have the power to influence change by demanding transparency, accountability, and responsible practices from brands like Victoria's Secret. The numerous scandals and controversies that have plagued the lingerie giant serve as a reminder that even the most iconic brands can harbor secrets and unethical practices. In 2018, Victoria's Secret faced criticism for its lack of transgender and plus-size models in its annual fashion show. Ed Razek, the then chief marketing officer, made controversial comments in an interview with Vogue, stating that the brand had no plans to include transgender models in its shows because the show was a fantasy. His comments were widely criticized, and Razek later apologized and resigned from his position. The incident brought attention to the brand's lack of diversity and inclusivity, further tarnishing its reputation. Following the backlash, Victoria's Secret hired its first openly transgender model, Valentina Sampaio, in 2019. While this move was praised as a positive step towards greater diversity, it did not completely erase the brand's history of exclusion. In 2020, Victoria's Secret faced another controversy when allegations of sexual misconduct and harassment emerged against the company's then-owner, Leslie Wexner, and his close ties to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. While Wexner was not directly implicated in Epstein's crimes, the association between the two men cast a shadow over the company and raised questions about its corporate culture and ethics. Wexner eventually stepped down as CEO and chairman of the company, and Victoria's Secret was sold to a private equity firm. In addition to these high-profile controversies, Victoria's Secret has faced numerous smaller scandals throughout its history. For example, in 2012, the brand was criticized for a fashion show segment called Wild Things, in which models wore Native American-inspired headdresses and lingerie. Critics accused the company of cultural appropriation and insensitivity, leading Victoria's Secret to issue an apology and remove the offending segment from the show's broadcast. Moreover, the company has also faced criticism for its unethical labor practices. In 2016, a report by The Guardian revealed that some of the workers producing Victoria's Secret products in Sri Lanka were paid less than $1 per day and subjected to harsh working conditions. While the company later claimed to have addressed these issues, the incident raised concerns about the ethics of its supply chain. The brand's history of objectifying women in its advertising has also been a source of controversy. Over the years, Victoria's Secret has been accused of promoting unrealistic beauty standards and contributing to the objectification of women through its highly sexualized advertisements and marketing campaigns. These practices have been linked to negative effects on the self-esteem and body image of young women, prompting calls for the company to change its approach. In light of these numerous controversies, it is clear that Victoria's Secret has a long history of scandals and a tarnished reputation. The company's recent efforts to rebrand and embrace inclusivity and diversity are commendable, but only time will tell if these changes are enough to redeem the brand in the eyes of the public. In response to consumer demands, Victoria's Secret has introduced a new marketing strategy focused on body positivity and inclusivity. This strategy includes partnering with influential figures who promote self-love, body acceptance, and female empowerment. It remains to be seen whether these partnerships will be successful in repairing the company's damaged reputation and winning back disillusioned customers. The lingerie industry has seen a significant shift in recent years, with a rise in demand for size, inclusive and ethically produced garments. Competing brands like Savage X Fenty, Aerie, and Third Love have emerged as viable alternatives to Victoria's Secret, offering consumers more inclusive options and a broader representation of beauty. As the market continues to evolve, Victoria's Secret will need to adapt and demonstrate a genuine commitment to change if it hopes to regain its former status as the leading lingerie brand. In conclusion, Victoria's Secret's history of scandals and controversies has left a permanent mark on the once iconic lingerie brand. The company's attempts to rebrand and embrace inclusivity, diversity, and ethical practices are steps in the right direction, but it remains to be seen whether these changes will be enough to restore consumer trust and regain market share in an increasingly competitive industry. This has been James with Luxury Exposed, shedding light on the darker side of Victoria's Secret. Until next time, stay vigilant and keep questioning everything.